Now, some interesting quotes from Thomas Tuchel after that sensational victory in Serbia, and something we were talking about yesterday. He's warned anybody that missed the international break, so the likes of Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Cole Palmer, that the competition for places ahead of next year's World Cup is well and truly on. And he's not scared to make big decisions, which he has proved in the past. Right, Tim, Bellingham, Palmer, Saka, etc. Will they really be worried at this stage?
Yeah, they should be. I think the manager... I don't think he messes around. I think he's a very honest man. I think he's a very intelligent guy. You know, he's got a short-term contract there. And I think he's aware that if he doesn't win the World Cup, he would have fouled. It's either win or foul. I mean, taking us to the final is no good. We need to win that competition. We've been to finals before and we've stumbled at the last hurdle. I think he will pick a team what he thinks is best capable of winning each given game. I think it's a given that we qualify. It always pretty much is. I don't think we should get too excited about the Serbia result or too down about the Andorra result. I think he'll take each game as it comes and he will pick the team accordingly. And I think every player, should certainly. The players who went in there done very well. You know, Anderson for me was really positive. Madueke was very, very good. So all they can do is go in there and perform. And then you put yourself in the frame. And this man, he's not afraid to make big decisions. He has to. Why would he worry about it? He's not there for the long term. He maybe stays after the World Cup if he wins it. Certainly, if he don't win it, he won't stay. He won't be asked to stay. And he might choose to leave even if he wins it. But he will be picking a team who he thinks can win the competition.
Do you think that any of the current players, if everyone's fit, who is a guaranteed starter for England at the World Cup, if everyone's fit?
Well, both ends of the field, I think you're looking at Pickford, done nothing wrong for England, has been outstanding. You know, ain't conceded a goal. He probably can't remember the last time he conceded a goal for England. It's been outstanding, but largely down to the competition who we've been playing. And Harry Kane at the top end of the field, I don't think there's anyone really pushing Harry Kane. You know, he's phenomenal. He's just relentless. The numbers he keeps turning over. I would say Declan Rice, for me, has to be in there as well. So there's three of them. And the way it's looking in centre-back position, I'll say Mark Gay would be in there. So apart from that, I don't see too many others who I'd rubber stamp and say you're in the team.
Yeah, there's a message there on WhatsApp agreeing that Mark Gay's place in the team is secure. And you've gone for 4 players there. Should we have a look at some of the big names who've missed out in the squad through injury or just by Tuchel's decision not to pick them? We can get these up now because there's quite a lot of players who are missing. So injured, Bellingham, Saka, Palmer, Stones and Wharton. And Alexander-Arnold wasn't picked, neither was Foden, Kyle Walker, Harry Maguire or Jack Grealish. Do you believe that all of those still have a chance? They are not completely discarded, in your opinion?
No, all of them, definitely. 100%, all of them will have a chance. I don't think he'll burn any bridges with any players. I think he'll keep them all warm. He'll spin them plates until he's ready to pick the side. No one is finished with England, I wouldn't suggest, unless they decide they don't want to play for England anymore. But why would you come out and say that with a chance of playing in the World Cup? And you've got to be one of the favourites to win it. If you can leave out that quality, that amount of quality, we must have some squad. But it's up to the manager to get the best out of them and win the tournament.
Did any of those omitted ones surprise you that they weren't picked? I mean, the injured ones, that's different. It's got no choice. But the ones like Alexander-Arnold, like Harry Maguire, Kyle Walker, did any of those surprise you?
Trent. I think Trent would be the biggest surprise for me. If you've got a right-back of the quality of Trent, I think he has to be in any international team. If you ask all the international managers around the world if they would have Trent Alexander in their squad, they would certainly say yes, let alone their team. Most of them would say their team as well. So the range of passing, what Trent has, the quality, the passing, what he possesses, he gets criticised for his defending. But for me, the positives far outweigh the negatives on Trent. So for me, I was surprised that he's admitted him, but he's obviously Reece James has come in there and he's done a good job. But I think Reece can go over the other side and play left back, and Trent can go right back. I know we're going to get onto it. You've made me.
Why don't we do it now then? Why don't we do it now? Tim Sherwood's starting 11 for England if everybody was fit and
available. This is a massive eye opener for everyone.
Yeah, well, talk us through it then. You've already mentioned Pickford.
Pickford has to play. Trent, you cannot leave out. Konza and Guy for their pace. I think they've got good strength. They're good in the opposition box as well from set pieces. Reece James, a fantastic athlete.
Does that suggest that there is an issue at left back in general, that you're using a right back at left back, which Southgate did a lot of the time as well, and over the international break, Livramento was playing there. It's the same thing. Yeah,
but I would say Reece, if he can keep himself fit, obviously with these players need to keep themselves fit, but I think he finds the game very easy.
I think maybe Miles Lewis-Skelly hasn't quite nailed it down yet, but obviously has the time too, because we're
got a lot of
this
time
in September.
A lot of time on his side, but for me that will be the back four, and I want him to feed in front. I mean, this is the idea. Declan will be the 6. I would have Bellingham coming from that deep area and Cole Palmer, and Saka off the right hand side. I think he's a superstar. I think it's impossible to leave him out. Harry Kane, I said, he cannot drop. And Jack Grealish, I think we need to keep the ball, I mean, I've watched Jack since he's gone there to Everton now. I mean, he's given more shirts away than he has passes. He's been absolutely incredible. He takes the team forward. You roll the ball into him, he holds it up, he brings everyone in. And the more players who are technically gifted and can play with each other, the better your side would be. I don't think an opposition is going to get the ball off us, but when they get it, that's my worry. Can we get it back? But I'm sure they'll work hard enough to be able to do that. But I've just gone all-out attack there. But that would be very. If I was tuning in to watch an England game and that was the side, I'd be on the edge of my seat.
And I know that you were quite keen to get Grealish more central. Is that just because you think that's his best position? He's more dangerous.
I just think just to give him the ball. I think when you judge Jack Grealish, because I've worked with him, I think it's really harsh to judge him on just goals and assists. I think he's a lot more than that. He holds the ball up. If you ask David Moyes now, he'd be very surprised. When normally he takes the pressure off the defenders. Tarkowski there at Everton for many years. I mean, they got the ball forward, it comes straight back at them. Now they're getting the ball into Jack Grealish, and Dye and Dewsbury Hall have done well as well. But Jack just holds the ball up. He takes you forward. He gets a free kick. He takes you up the field. He gives a breather to his defenders. I think when you play an international football, you have to keep the ball. There's no one better than him. So you haven't always got to go off your centre forward into Harry Kane, who could be isolated up there. You just go off the side to Jack. He holds the ball up. He turns. He bursts through holes. He dribbles through. He opens up defences. If you can leave out Jack Grealish, you've got some squad.
And Bellingham there was playing a little bit deeper, which England have tried in the past. What is his best position?
His best position is to play free and get forward and burst into the box and score goals. I think he needs to do it on a more regular basis. I like his attributes. Of course I do. He turns up on a big occasion. He's got world-class moments in him. He's there to score goals. We need goal scorers. We need people to chip in alongside Harry Kane. I think Saka can do that. I think Bellingham would do that also. Cole Palmer, we know how ice cold he can be. Cole Palmer needs an arm around him. He needs to feel like he's the main man. And I think giving him the ball more often, he will find that pass in between lines. I mean, it's very, very gifted. That team there is very gifted. I hope Thomas is looking at that thinking, yes, Tim, that's what I'm looking for. I'm sure he isn't.
Maybe the FA are looking at it. Yes, Tim, you're next. But Bellingham, you didn't have down as a guaranteed starter. That when you're saying that he's not doing it consistently enough, is that the only reason why?
No, he does. It's not that he don't do it consistently enough. He's not done it over. No, look, he's as consistent as any other player in that team. You got to have special players in your team, and I just think that I want to keep possession, but I need to score goals. If you say to me, why, give me one attribute that Bellingham has that makes him a pick in my side, it'd be goals and turning up on a big occasion and being able to handle the big occasion. He plays for the biggest club in the world, in Real Madrid, and he's turned up in tournaments for England before. I think he's really hard to leave out, but I think he can do more, and I think he needs to work within that team frame. I think he would enjoy playing in a team like that.
When England in the past have always had a good side, but sometimes it's been a case of, but how many of those players are world class? How many world class players have England got now?
I don't know. I think we use that term too often. I mean, who are we judging them against? We're judging them against Lionel Messi and Ronaldo. None of them. But we're not, are we? They're out of this world class, aren't they? Them two. So we're judging. Harry Kane has to be world class with the numbers he's turned out. I would say only him in that squad at the moment. He's done it over a consistent and consistent time. There's a load of them who have got potential to be world class, but they need to continue doing it for a longer time.
Final question on England. Do we get too bogged down with people playing in their perfect positions? Because nobody thought that Elliot Anderson would be the deepest midfielder, and he was brilliant 2 games in a row.
He did well, yeah, he did very, very well. I hate it, you know, when people say, well, they can't play. Man United, we're getting it at the moment, you know, 3 at the back, they haven't got the squad to play that way, they haven't got the wing backs. It's up to the manager to teach them how to play, and they might surprise you. They're flexible. These players, they cost a lot of money. They've been coming through fantastic academies. They've learnt to play in different positions. They're capable of playing in different positions. It's just up to the manager to identify what he wants from that individual player and see if he can produce it. And Elliot did that. I mean, I see Elliot Anderson when he was at Newcastle and he went on loan to Aberdeen, wasn't it, or somewhere. I just felt like he was a goal-scoring midfielder. He showed that he can play as a 6, he can hold, he can be responsible, he can take possession on his back foot, he can be responsible in his passing. He can find that penetrating pass if he needs to. He's got the attributes, but he's had that rounding upbringing, like most of these guys who have come through the academy system.
Well, we've got a poll on at the moment on our X account. It's very simple. One, should Bellingham start England's World Cup opener? And I must admit, I was expecting about 99% yes and 1% of people who've pressed the wrong button. However, it's a lot closer than I thought. It's only 60% believe that Bellingham should start England's World Cup opener. And it's actually just gone down to 59%, so it's getting even closer. We'll keep that updated, but if you want to vote on it yourself, go to the Sky Sports News X account and vote on the poll.